guard getup is incredible. You just learn the basic movements. You learn the standard variation of the guard getup. Wonderful. But let's keep it real. Ladies, gentlemen, ladies, it's not going to be that simple. Lay down, please. Let's show them how it really is going to go down. Of course, oh, this is so major. If he is able to get Eve to the ground, okay? If he's able to take her to the ground, control the situation. He's not just going to sit here loosely, hands on the ground, nice and spacious, and just let her get away. Maybe at the attack, at some point during the attack, that space might happen, and now Eve has the movements to take advantage. Great. But it's not going to start like that. When he gets a hold of or when the attacker gets a hold of the target, subdues them, gets them to the ground, guess what his first objective is going to be? Control her against her will at all costs until she exhausts. Okay? So more realistically from inside the legs, rotate all the way to the front, is a situation like this. Lower the head, lock onto the hips, and be tight. Now, ladies, he is tight right now. Eve, use the technique you just learned. Go, push him out for real. Shrimp out, shrimp out. Go, Eve, shrimp. Eve, what's wrong? Do your move. I thought you know these moves, Eve. I thought you know these moves, Eve. I thought you know how to shrimp, Eve. I thought you know how to shrimp. Ladies, I'm joking a little bit. But if you were laying down right now, we would ask you the same question. Go ahead and try the move you just learned. For real. Do it, ladies. Go, go. We would entice you to go. You would go crazy to try to shrimp out. You wouldn't be successful.
I can have my arms around your back, holding your waist.
He's locked on 100%. Here's the key. She can't shrimp right now because he's locked on 100%. So ladies, the most important thing to know about the guard getup is to know when it doesn't work. Let it resonate, let it resonate, let it resonate. Okay, let's continue. It is the most important detail, ladies and gentlemen. Now, what do we have to say about this phase 3 psychology? What can we do? Let's say the guy takes you to the ground, locks down 100%. Let me tell a story. If a little sparrow were to fly in the room right now, a little bird, cute little bird, got in through the sunroof, came flying in, and landed on the mat nearby. Let's say I was slick enough to sneak up and get a hold of it. And I had it in my hands now. What's the first thing the sparrow's gonna do? Go berserk. Right? Naturally, no one ever grabbed it, so it's gonna go crazy to fly, flapping his little wings as wild as he can in there while I restrict the wings from moving at all. 100% control. Now, how long do you think I'm gonna keep full control on the sparrow's wings? You don't?
Until the sparrow gives up.
Yes. Now, at what point would that be? Normally when the sparrow has exhausted all of its energy, mentally, physically, it's tried, it acknowledges in its brain and in its body that there is no escape. So it's going to stop trying to move.
And for the sparrow, it's usually like 2 or 3 seconds.
It's pretty quick, yeah.
Flittering, flapping around.
They're fighting for their lives.
Now, for a woman, it's usually 20 seconds, 30 seconds.
40, whatever it is. Now, back to the story, the sparrow's going to go crazy. Once it's completely demoralized and exhausted, I might do this. Just to see if I can trust it, and now I have a new little pet friend. Okay, I might loosen up once it's exhausted. The predator uses the exact same mindset in phase 3. When they control you and take you to the ground, they're not expecting you to sit there and cooperate. They expect, and to a certain extent, they hope for your fight. Because as you may know, most rapes or sexual assaults are because of power deficiencies experienced by the predator. He wants to impose his power against the target's will. More than a sexual thing, it's a power thing for the guy in many cases. And with that being said, when you fight for your life and he traps you against your will and you can't get out and you're physically going crazy and he's neutralizing your escape, he loves it.
Right.
So when the man gets you down and he's inside your legs in this specific position, if he traps you against your will, you're going to feel, as soon as you feel that you're locked 100% and you can't get out, we have to somehow convince him that the mission has been accomplished, that we're exhausted, we can be trusted, and he can loosen up his control. For example, if I had the bird in my hand, if the bird was smart, halfway before it became fully exhausted, halfway to exhaustion, the bird would say, man, I'm trapped. And then the bird would look up to me eye to eye and would say, you can loosen up. I trust you. Please don't hurt me. I'll do whatever you want. And when the bird makes eye contact with me and says that, I'm going to say, wow, really? Okay. And then guess what? The bird is gone.
She goes.
So here's the deal. If you can convince the predator, the bad guy, that phase 3 has been accomplished, although it hasn't. Phase 3 meaning he has exhausted you, you've given up, morally and physically, you're surrendering 100%. Why would he continue to hold with 100% energy? Does that make sense?
That makes too much sense. You can just stop teaching the class right now, they'll understand.
Just go home?
If you understand this concept.
You've emphasized a little bit more somehow.
Yeah. I mean, because ultimately, when you're fighting for your life, that's all they want.
Right. And the thing is I'm not going to loosen up even an inch while Eve is fighting, going crazy. Only when I believe that phase 3 has been accomplished, which is the exhaustion phase, mental and physical exhaustion. Once she's done, then we move on to phase 4, the sexual assault, whatever you have planned. But I can't move on while Eve is fighting frantically. So the secret, the magic, the phase 3 psychology principle, most important, is you have to, before you actually reach exhaustion, convince the bad guy that you've reached it. You're going to lie to him. Is it okay to lie in this situation?
It is very okay to lie. And I mean, ultimately, you're surrendering. You're surrendering verbally and physically. And that's kind of a hard thing to do, but
it's exactly,
he doesn't know
it's all
that.
he
It's
wants.
just part of the strategy.
That's all the guy wants.
So you're not really surrendering?
No.
False surrender.
False surrender, yes.
Cool.
Those are totally okay and totally necessary in this worst case scenario. Now, you can see that most other women's self-defense courses focus on such aggressive behaviors that if you were down here, many would advise you to eye gouge and strike. And if he's trapping you tighter, you hit him harder. Guess what? You fall right into his trap. If that little bird, someone coached the bird and said, flap your wings harder, you can get out. It's just gonna speed up the exhaustion phase. I'm getting too excited, we gotta slow down. Okay, back up, Eve, get in there one more time. Same exact thing. So what are we gonna do? How is the bird gonna convince the trapper that he can loosen up? Well, here's what's gonna happen. Eve is gonna try to get out first. She realizes she can't move. Now, what does it mean by can't move? Her hips cannot shrimp out. And normally that means Hito's elbows are trapping them. So this is the indication to Eve that she must stop trying to escape. So right now, she's going to make him let go. She's gonna convince the guy that she's given up. How are you gonna do that?
Please don't hurt me. I'll do whatever you want.
Promise?
Promise. I promise. Please don't hurt me.
Pass. So what was the secret? She talked to him. She talked to him. She lied to him. She said, please don't hurt me. I'll do whatever you want. And if you want to throw in a little bit more, you can say, I give up. I give up. Please don't hurt me. I'll do whatever you want. I give up. Please don't hurt me. I'll do whatever you want. If you say those 3 things, why would he keep holding you? You have surrendered. The game is over. You can have whatever you want. Just don't hurt me.
And even if he does keep holding you, it's okay. Because all he's doing is holding you.
Yes.
And eventually he has to let go of his control.
Exactly.
So we could have been laying there for 2 more minutes with me controlling Eve's hips. No problem at all. 2 minutes is the same as 5 seconds.
And that goes back to being comfortable in those positions, even though he's on top of me, holding me down, I'm still not being hurt, so.
Yeah, see, that's the hardest part for most women.
Yeah,
the false surrender is the most challenging part because when you say, I give up, I'll do whatever you want, you almost believe yourself.
Right.
So
it's a very hard thing to say and even to mimic.
The only reason why you can say it, though, is because as Eve is laying there and she's saying, please don't hurt me, I'll do whatever you want, she's thinking one thing. And what is that one thing that Eve is thinking right now? What is she waiting for? What's she feeling?
Eve, why don't you
What's
tell
the
us?
one thing?
The one thing I'm waiting for is for my hips to be free. So the second he loosens up on my hips, I'm gone.
Right. So she starts talking, petting. You see how she pet? Go back. Did you pet him?
I think I did. Yeah. I mean, here I'm because if I'm saying, please don't hurt me, I'll do whatever you want. He's not going to believe that.
They don't match. They don't match.
I have to physically look like I've surrendered as well. Be exhausted and just
Yes. Anything you do to show your physical and verbal and psychological surrender is effort well spent. So let's have Sejina try. Thank you, Eve. Always in base.
Yeah, you gotta be so calm that you can identify the window.
Right.
If you're moving, you're not gonna feel the window, okay? My grandfather used to use the analogy that if you're lifting weights and a mosquito lands on your arm and bites you, you won't even feel it.
Right. You're so focused on the pump.
But if you're reading a magazine, a book, and the mosquito lands on your shoulder, doesn't even bite you, you'll notice it because you're so relaxed. So by being relaxed down here and knowing that nothing can happen until my arms leave this position,
ladies,
allow
phase
you to
3
calm
psychology, you guys get it. This is the super lock variation, okay? Super lock variation, meaning he's locked on so tight that the standard shrimp doesn't work. Super lock, what's the key ingredient here? Surrender, okay? So, Sejina's gonna practice talking. Listen, ladies, there's no, oh, I would say it in real life, but I'm not gonna say it right now. You're gonna talk to each other right now. You're gonna memorize, internalize the script, which is, I give up, please don't hurt me, I'll do whatever you want. Once again, I give up, please don't hurt me, I do whatever you want. Think of the implications in that script. Number one, I give up. So therefore his power, his power battle has been won by him. Give him that little psychological jolly. Please don't hurt me shows that, he's the almighty attacker and you're just helpless. No, you aren't helpless. You're gonna break his face in a second and maybe choke him with your legs as in a future lesson. So when you say, please don't hurt me, it's like, total lie. I'll do whatever you want. Which means why would he continue to trap you with 100% of his energy if you will do whatever he wants? You've given up, he's yours, he can do whatever he wants. Sage, say the 3.
Please don't hurt me. I give up, I'll do whatever you want.
He has to believe you, Sage.
Please don't hurt me.
Boom, boom, boom. Follow-up kick, natural, and base. Incredible.
so you can keep saying it right there. You can loop it.
Yeah. You didn't trust her the first time? What
He
happened?
might not even hear it the first time.
Interesting.
He could be so into holding you down, he doesn't hear anything. Please don't hurt me. Hey. And you could even have a conversation. Listen, I'm sorry. Don't hurt me. It's gonna be okay.
Right.
You can throw in the extras, but you have to please include, please don't hurt me. I'll do whatever you want. I give up first, of course.
So and Eve brought in a very important point here as well, which was the physical has to match the verbal, okay? You can't be kicking wild, frantically going crazy and saying, please don't hurt me, I give up, I'll do whatever you want. Can't do that.
Yeah.
Because guess what? Yeah.
You have to relax your whole body.
Yes, because
And
he'll feel that.
Yeah, he'll feel it, and it'll give you time to think. Okay, what am I gonna do next? And if this isn't gonna work, then what am I gonna do? What's after that? What's after that?
Yeah, Sejina was extremely relaxed right now.
Yes.
When she was, I couldn't believe how
If
relaxed she was.
we had to choose between the verbal surrender or the physical surrender, we would choose the physical.
Yeah, because
It's more significant.
and not only that, but think about this attacker most likely has attacked somebody before.
Right.
So when you just go limp, that throws him off. It's like, what is this? This lady, right? The first time ever a woman does nothing when I'm holding her down, and that's gonna cause him to be curious, and that curiosity will create space, and then you're gone.
We have to talk. We're gonna intensify it in a little. Right now, we're gonna start from a lockdown, super lock control, and we're gonna talk, and we're gonna pet a little bit, and we're gonna say the 3 lines. When they loosen up, which they're gonna do, because that's the exercise, they're gonna act like they don't know what's going on, you're gonna be gone. It doesn't matter what you say if you don't say it right. It's more important how you say it. If I say, Hidon, I love you, or if, like angry, or if I say, Hidon, I really love you as a brother.
Well, since I know you, both of those translate. That's you.
I tried to say I love you, but with like hatred in it, but I couldn't even deliver the words. But anyways, you guys got the idea. Do they?
Yeah.
So let's start from a lockdown, 100% hip control, pet, talk, say the 3 lines, very slow motion right now, and then we're gonna loosen up, and then you're gonna shrimp out. As soon as they loosen up a little bit and your hips are free, magical detail. Once the hips have their escape route, and you'll feel it from tight to loose. Once the hips are free, you're gone. Full technique, kick, slap possible, and of course the base get up. Standard procedure. In the reflex development drill, we're gonna intensify and combine a little bit more. So for right now, let's just start with the talking and the tight control, and we'll add more later on. Clear?